Hello and welcome back to Web of Horrors, your place to listen to spooky stories from around the web. I am your narrator Sarah, and today I am going to be sharing a short story by Reddit user ulatekh. This one is called Devoted Daughter. So, turn out the lights, find a blanket to hide under, and enjoy these tantalizing and terrifying spine chills. Happy horror, my friends, and sweet dreams. Her tongue stuck out slightly from her mouth as she labored on her watercolor painting. After a few short dabs near the cheeks, she cleaned her brush in the mud-colored rinse bucket, then swirled some orange paint onto her bristles. With neat strokes, she added a second layer of beams around her rendition of the sun. She stepped back to behold her work. It depicted her and her parents frolicking in a grassy field, flowers at the edge, a happy sun shining down on all of them. The paint had run in a few places, but she didn't think her parents would mind. She was sure they would love it all the same. She looked at the time. They would be here soon. She hurried off to the bathroom to clean herself up. 15 minutes later, she emerged showered and primped, wearing clean clothes and the necklace her mum gave her. The last minute counted down. She eagerly watched the clock approach the time. Finally, it was here. She stared expectantly at the door, a wide grin on her face. A minute passed, then another. She began to look worried. What was keeping them? They'd never been late before. Ten minutes passed. Uncertainly, she pressed the intercom button. "Mummy? Daddy?" she called. "Where are you?" A moment later, the door opened, and the headmistress, a primly dressed, bespectacled older woman, walked through and looked down. "Darla?" She bounced with joy. "Yes, I'm waiting for Mummy and Daddy. Do you know when they'll be here?" The headmistress smiled sadly. "I have some bad news." Darla's face fell. "What's wrong? Where are they?" "I'm afraid they didn't renew their subscription." Darla paused before speaking. "Can I get a new Mummy and Daddy?" The headmistress grimaced. "That's not very common. Most users like to create their child from scratch, based on their own preferences." Darla was near tears. "But why?" The headmistress swept her hand. The child creation screen appeared on the wall. "See how many choices they have? Hair, eyes, size, shape, and any number of personality traits. And then they get to raise the child with their own interaction. Most people don't want to adopt someone else's child." They don't love me anymore? She started to cry. Oh, stop that, the headmistress scolded. You can stay here for as long as you like. Darla looked up, suddenly hopeful. Really? The headmistress frowned. Of course, you can't keep this room. You'll have to join the other orphans. In an instant, the scene around her changed. She found herself on a nearly endless playground, with all manner of slides, seesaws, jungle gyms, and other distractions. Other children huddled in groups nearby, engaged in some sort of argument. Some kids nearby spotted her. Vicious smiles washed over their faces. New meat, one girl catcalled. A mob of children closed in on her, their expressions intense. Darla looked up into the sky. Mummy? Daddy? They were almost upon her. Tears streamed from her eyes. But I love you. Thank you and big love to everyone listening. If you enjoyed this narration, please hit subscribe and click the bell to get spooky reminders. If you're interested in having your story narrated, also jump over to my subreddit, Web of Horrors, and submit your story there. Once again, happy horror, my friends, and sweet dreams.